We're going to put this 2000 Excursion up for sale. It's a Ford Excursion. We are the second owner. We had purchased it at approximately 67,000 miles. It now has over 301,000 miles. It is a V10. The oil has been changed pretty much every 3,000 miles. It does use about a quart of oil every 1,000 miles or so. So just be aware of that. It does run great though. I'll give you an inside tour. This is what it looks like on the inside. Let me open up the back end here. So it's got this kind of setup here. And if we just go ahead and still got the spare tires. Matter of fact, it's never had a flat tire on the road, ever. So this is actually the original factory tire that has never been removed from this vehicle. I don't know if you can see it or not, but still in the yellow package there, never been used. So that's how often we would get the tires changed, so we never had an opportunity to get a flat. So it's got 3 sets of seats. This is the third seat here. Normally you don't crawl through the back end this way, but I'm doing it. That's what it looks like on the inside. Now this middle seat here, this one that you see that's gray, there's actually a center console that goes here, and I actually have it, and I haven't put it back in. So we actually filled up all the seats and we needed an extra seat, so I bought this gray thing and put it in there. It was used, but once again I do have the center console, which has the 6 CD changer player in it, and that does go right here. You can see the condition of the seats. We did change the steering wheel cover because the other one kind of fell apart. There it is, the inside. This yellow wire in the ground, these go to the battery, so we have had an inverter that we had plugged in here for travel. And so that's what those cords are for, and there's little clips that go on the battery. So if you want to put an inverter in here, the wiring's already there. Once again, this is a V10. There's the actual mileage on it. We did actually have the transmission rebuilt and upgraded with all the steel parts and everything, probably 100,000 miles ago. So, you know, it is what it is. For the number of miles it's had, it's actually in pretty darn good shape, we believe. And that is why we put the price on it that we have. Now, if you have an offer you want to make, that'd be fine. We do entertain offers. We'll get back out here and show you the outside again. It does have a few boo-boos on it because my kids did drive it, and you know, these are things that just didn't get fixed. So I do have a fender here that is slightly wrinkled, and you know, if you want to fix that, you're more than welcome to. It doesn't really make any difference on driving it. But my son, out of the kindness of his heart, he backed our truck into it, and that's how that happened. So it's still structured good and actually looks pretty decent still, just the same. This little scratch here that's on the window, that came when one of my daughters was learning to drive and she drove it off the road. But you know, the car still works great. And then we do have, you might not be able to see it here. So this little side of the bumper, you know, is different because my daughter ran into a building when she was backing up. And so, you know, things happen to vehicles with 300,000 miles. It's actually in pretty darn good shape, I think, for what it is. It's been a great vehicle. We had 8 kids, and so we actually did fill up the vehicle, but now they're all moved out, and so we really don't need this big beast anymore. It does get 11 to 12 miles a gallon because it is the V10, but it does have lots of power, and we have pulled a trailer with it. We actually pulled a trailer with it from Oregon when we came to Illinois. But it actually works pretty good. Runs great. It'll start right up. I think I put a new battery in it maybe a year ago, so that's fine. Once again, I do change the oil every 3,000 miles. The transmission does get serviced every 30,000 miles, so I've done that on it. And that's the story. So if you want this Excursion, come on out and check it out. Cash only. We're not doing any funky checks via the mail for anybody. So if you end up doing that, we're probably just going to tell you to take a hike. This is a cash only sale, or a bank or a check that can be cashed at Federated Bank in the little old town of Loda. If they don't take the check, we're not taking the check. That's the way it is. So it has to be cashable if you want to write a check. Other than that, come and check it out. That's our 2000 Excursion, a 2-wheel drive, and